Welcome back to Riding Bikes in San Diego. Usually we're on Lake Murray on our commute, but a few people in the comments wanted some variation, and I think that it's a good idea to try different ways of riding sometimes. So today we're on Navajo, and Navajo it's not a great option. It's got this painted buffered bike lane, as you can see. We start off at Cowles Mountain, and usually when I take this ride home and go in this way, I hang a right over here on Jackson and go down this wild hill super fast and then make a left on Mission Gorge and go home from there. That's just paint. Usually there's a lot of gravel in that bike lane. So, there's a car here, so it's okay. I decided to keep going straight and do something I haven't done in a really long time. Also, I remember that on social media, Councilmember Raul Campillo said, "That's right, Navajo is getting repaved. Get ready for freshly paved and striped Navajo in D7." And I was so stoked about that because I've ridden this before, and there are some spots that do not have good pavement. This is okay, although like a lot of bike lanes that are just off to the side, there's that pavement change, over off to the right. And if you get pinched there a little bit, that little texture change can be a problem sometimes. But this light's green and I'm looking forward to it. I'm here for it. And then I realized that the repaving has happened, but there's no paint yet. So now I'm kind of stuck because there's no place else for me to go. This is a long road. It's a pretty fast road, and I can see the dotted lines. I don't know if you can see it on this, but if you look really low on the screen, you see some dotted lines. They have marked where the paint's going to be, and I guess they just haven't done the striping yet. What bugs me a little bit, and what I'm not quite sure about is, they did all this painting and restriping, and Councilmember Campillo has been pretty responsive to trying to get better bike infrastructure, but this looks like the same buffered paint infrastructure that we had before, and I just don't think that that's good enough. I know that a Slurry repaving is not a complete overhaul of a road, but personally I would love it if this guardrail that is in place to protect pedestrians was moved out to the left. If people riding bikes could get that same level of protection, that would be pretty fantastic. But we don't have that. Instead, we're going to ride along and hope that the paint starts up again somewhere. Again, this is a very fast road. There's no place for anybody to turn off. There's really no place to stop around here. I'm just trying to point out the lines. Although, to be positive, this ride gives you such a gorgeous view off to the west. And I have that little box there. But we can move it. So look at that view. I mean, we look out to the west, we're looking south, and it's just pretty magnificent. That's the benefit of taking this bike ride. When the painted buffer is here, I mean, we know paint is not protection, and there are some things on this channel that I've said are okay, and other people have commented that I'm being a little too forgiving, and maybe that's true. Maybe I've just gotten used to poor infrastructure. I depend on it daily. I need these roads to ride on. And it's either I'm going to go south on Lake Murray, maybe back over to Fletcher Parkway, but that's a much longer ride, or take this ride on Navajo. And we can just enjoy the view, and we speed up. We're on a pretty steep downhill here. I've actually never ridden this route the opposite way. It just feels like too much climbing. It feels like just way too much, and I haven't wanted to brave it. Also, it's a really difficult road to get to, and I'll show you more of that another day. But it looks like the repaving project finishes up right around here at this traffic light, and I see the crosswalk painted there, and then we get paint again. But it looks like it's the old paint, and it's the old pavement. It's a little cracked up. It's a bit of a bummer, but if there's one thing I'm used to, it's bike lanes that abruptly change and or even end at some point, which actually brings us to the end of this particular video. We are going to stop at the end of Navajo here at Waring and College. If you make a left, it goes to College. If you make a right, it goes on Waring Road. We are going to take that right turn, and I'll show you more of that another day. Spoiler, there's no bike lane, so it doesn't matter. We're still going to drive less and ride a bike. Thanks so much.